Hello, and welcome to the Classic Pianos Portland YouTube channel. My name's Fred Riley. I'm here today in our European gallery with a very special guest, a person that I'm very fond of and an amazing, talented piano technician named Leal Sylvester. And I made the decision I wanted to start interviewing interesting people in our industry, and one of the first people that came to mind was Leal, because he's got such a story. And so I'm here today with Leal, and I wanted to just kind of go through a few questions about Leal. Leal is a blind piano tuner. He was blind from birth, which I found out earlier today. He was born in the U.S. Virgin Islands and then came over to the U.S. And he's had a full career in piano technician work. So welcome, Leal, to our, thank you so much again for coming in and doing this interview, and welcome back to our European Piano Gallery, which you've spent many days and to literally hundreds of pianos in this building. So thank you so much for coming. And I was just going to go through a few questions. So you were born in the U.S. Virgin Islands, what, 42 years ago?
Yeah, 42 years and I don't know, probably, 23 days or something.
Okay. Okay. And tell us about life in the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Actually, to be honest, it's 42 years and 1 month exactly today.
Wow. Nice. Nice. So tell us a little about what life was like, what your childhood was like.
So life, you got born in the Virgin Islands. You, as a kid, grew up on a farm, animals, pigs, chickens, goats. My grandma did. That's how she, she made her living with, having livestock and being able to, do things that way. I, as a kid, had to adjust to a lot of different things. Being blind and, making adjustments to the environment of like the public school system and just things like that could be, it could be difficult. But my grandmother, she had this, she didn't know, and she told me she didn't know how to, how she was going to raise me based on, not ever having to, to deal with someone that was blind, especially not, family member. But she always had this ability to try anything. She would try anything, even if she didn't know, she was willing to try. And just instilling confidence in me from a kid that anything I wanted to do, I could do. Just there was a way to do it, and even if it had to be different, it was okay.
That's great. And then you at some point became a power lifter.
So that was high school. You're looking for electives, which in high school you got a certain amount of your courses are required, and the rest are electives. And powerlifting was one of the choices.
And were you always a muscular guy?
No, man, I was a tiny kid.
Little skinny kid.
Little skinny kid, man. Even before I started, powerlifting, I was always a kid that moved anything around the house, around the yard, the furniture, anything need to be done. I just do it because that's just what me and my brothers did.
And how many brothers and sisters?
Two brothers and one sister.
And were you the youngest, or?
I'm the third of 4 kids.
Third of 4.
Yeah.
And then when did you have any involvement with pianos in the U.S. Virgin Islands?
We had a piano in the house. Never did anything with it. We used to pile stuff on that piano. We used to run We used to, as a kid, we used to run cars on that piano. We did all kinds of stuff that you shouldn't do to pianos.
Interesting.
But it's just, it's nothing different than what kids, I go to homes all the time, and it's the same thing that other kids do.
Sure, absolutely. And
so the piano was there in the house, never did anything with it. How I
Did-
got introduced to piano tuning was a day the piano technician came to my high school, Charlotte Molly High School in St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands. I was tuning the piano in the choir room. I had another one of those electives, which is a music appreciation class. Choir director taught the class. He said, "Piano tuner is here. I know you like tools, you like mechanics. I'd get you a pass to get out of a couple of classes if you want to spend some time with him and see if it's something you'd like to do as a career."
Interesting. And was he seemed like a nice man?
Yeah. Yeah, he came from Canada. He
Interesting.
was visiting the Virgin Islands, and that's what he did.
Wow.
When he came to visit, he would tune pianos on his vacation.
Wow. Wow, that's pretty. So that was a turning point for you.
Yeah, this was I was a junior in high school at that point.
And then when did you move to the U.S.?
18 years old, September 10th, 1995.
Okay. 95. So you would have been about
18
a
years
senior.
old.
So you were
Graduated from high school.
interesting. And when you got to the U.S., where did you come first?
I was here.
To Portland. And then was it Portland that you were more involved in the piano tuning industry?
Well, when I came here, when I came to the Portland, Vancouver area, I came here to learn piano technology.
I see.
That was already set up.
Oh, so you
Once I had this, I guess we'd call it an interview with the piano technician at the high school. That set everything in motion for me to start looking for a school to pursue the idea of being a piano technician.
Interesting. And Portland for many years had the piano technician school for the blind. And so you actually specifically.
Well, see, one of the misconceptions or misunderstandings about what that school did, it was set up as a school to teach the blind to tune and repair pianos. For a number of years that school was in practice, they taught everybody.
Not just blind people?
Correct. They taught everyone.
Interesting. And so you specifically came here because of that school?
Yeah. It's one of two schools. You can either go to North Bennett Street, or you could go to what was then known as the Piano Hospital.
Also, you were a teacher. And then at some point you left Portland and went to Texas.
2012, when moved to Texas to my wife could be closer to her family, and so we'd have a chance to raise our son, with some more family around and stuff like that.
And you were you a teacher before you left?
I was a teacher from full-time teacher from about 2001 to 2006.
Okay. And then
I left the piano hospital and went into independent piano tuning and did floor tuning here at the classic pianos, and I had a client list that I took care of for, built and took care of for the 6 years that I was here.
Yes, and many clients really admired you and thought very, very highly of your tuning work. And so basically, you went to Texas for 4 years?
4 years.
4 years.
In Texas, I worked at, this Steinway Hall, Dallas. Then I worked for the Yamaha dealer, Metroplex Pianos in Dallas. Nicer situation, more family-oriented people, a lot of work, lots of work. a lot of piano tuning, lots of piano moving. I was pretty much given
Actually, I heard you moved pianos too.
lots of pianos. I used to help unload those 40-foot trailers to bring pianos and boxes.
And that's where your powerlifting came in handy.
I guess, I don't know.
Interesting. And then what brought you back to Portland?
I came back to the area to be the director of instruction at the School of Piano Technology for the Blind.
And what is a day like in your life as far as, so you have a 6-year-old son and you're going out to homes to tune pianos, and how many private homes can you go to a day?
I do 3 or 4 in a day.
That's a lot. And you have a driver.
Yes.
Nice. And that, you
And
know,
I do all of my scheduling.
Okay.
Use an iPad to do everything. I use Google Drive for everything.
That's great.
The calendar, the Google Docs, all of it.
And what is your favorite part about the piano tuning and the piano industry?
Variety.
So you,
The variety in all of it. The variety of pianos I get to work on and repair, regulate, tune, recondition. The people that I meet. It's just all of the variety that you get. Just having to go from one environment to another to tune and repair pianos.
well, I'm so impressed with you, and I've always liked you, and I'm so happy you agreed to do this interview. And are there any closing statements that you want to say about the piano, tuning pianos, or?
No, I don't have anything else to say about tuning pianos. We'll do more videos.
Okay, okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming and agreeing to this video, and so we'll.
I mean, you know, if you have any more questions, anything you have,
Okay.
it all can be talked about.
Okay.
It's just that way.
All right. Well, thank you so much.